gentlemen, the following contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first the host, straight from After the Slam podcast, Bodacious Albert.
After the slam, where the real ones stand, we talk dreams, defeats, and the master plan. From the locker room tales to the spotlight glam, you'll feel every hand. This is after the slam. This is after the slam. Body slam gear. There's a brawl going down. There's a brawl going down. There's a brawl going down. So let the freaks out. There's a brawl going down. What? Swinging with the hooks, thirsty knuckles, got your shook crooks. Caught in the drama, snagging trouble that we cook. Larger than life, more color than a comic book. Yeah, we among stars, ODM, Hollywood. Straight out the clouds of this barbaric zoo. The brutal brutes surround the loose like thermal nukes. Roll up thunder with doom, bodies go boom. With 7 levels, I hit my mind, will bend it like a push a brow going down. There's a brow going down. There's a brow going down. Never back down. You're close to the edge, better watch your step. It's the apex, it's the apex. You're bruised and you're broken, the stars are exploding, it's glorious. It's the apex, it's the apex, it's the apex, it's the apex, it's the apex. Breathing down your neck, it's the apex, it's the apex. To the B, to the E, to the X. So take your shot, mandible cry, your job hot flat, leave you shocked, electric chair drop. You come quiet, full of snot, twist your face in the knot. Cause in this game of war, the ace ends up on top. You better run, son, your web's guns on. Don't be a dumb, ready to deploy hell, boy. I'm rockin' with the gas, the roar. When I make a brain pain, y'all bring the noise. Brawl going down, brawl going down, brawl going down, and we'll never back down. You're close to the edge, better watch your step. It's the apex, it's the apex. You're bruised and you're broken, the stars are exploding, it's glorious. It's the apex, it's the apex. You're close to the edge, better watch your step. It's the apex, it's the apex. You're bruised and you're broken, the stars are exploding, it's glorious. It's the apex, it's the apex, it's the apex, it's the apex, it's the apex. Breathing down your neck, it's the apex, it's the apex. To the B, to the E, to the X.
Welcome everyone to After the Slam episode 26. I am your host, the man, Bodacious Albert, and today we got a special guest coming all the way from the Running Wrestling podcast, Bigmike. He's here with me today. We're going to talk about wrestling, and we're going to talk about everything in between, about everything he does in pro wrestling, his podcast, how he loved pro wrestling. We're going to talk about all that. But first, I want to say thank you to Fatal Switch for that music video that just played earlier today. What am I saying? Just now, really. That's Fatal Switch. They're going to be playing at the Piranha Bar for Pit Fight Wrestling. We're going to talk about that later. But today it's all about Big Mike. I called him from his first name last episode, which I think I was inappropriate to do because in the real podcast, his gimmick name is Big Mike. For me, he feels like Kevin Nash, but hey, why not? Hey, Big Diesel, Big Sexy, it might be whatever. It probably is pretty big, sexy. Really, it could be that. But hey, with his back, with his cap, you never know what could be behind that. I don't know what the fuck I'm saying. Beep 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 beep. Ladies and gentlemen, from the Gimmick Table Gimmick Table Media, from the Run-In Wrestling Podcast, one of the hosts. I'm gonna have another host, but one of them, ladies and gentlemen, I give you Big Mike.
Man, I'm not sure how to follow that. That was quite an intro. I appreciate it.
Oh no, for sure, man. For you, anything, and for all my guests, for anything. But without you guys, obviously, this show was nothing. So honestly, having the Run-In Wrestling Podcast, man, you have to say the Run-In Wrestling Podcast, the Run-In Wrestling Podcast. You guys got something great going on. I enjoyed. I watched I watched about 4 episodes coming in this week. You know, I saw your interview with AJ Francis earlier today as you posted it. We got a lot of fans coming to see you in this show today. But point being, Big Mike, I want to know right now. Talk to me about you. We're gonna break the ice because I haven't done this in a while. I haven't done this in maybe like 10 episodes. I want to break the ice with you today. Let's break the ice. Let's get our shoulders like a little loose before we get started. If there was anything, anything, and let's say there's a wrestling movie, right? And Big Mike is in the audience watching a wrestling match in a wrestling movie, like let's say Ready to Rumble, if you remember that. Who would play Big Mike in the audience?
I mean, I'd have to go with my favorite wrestler of all time, Kevin Owens, or one of my favorite wrestlers.
Yes, sir.
You see the shirt. You see the shirt behind me there. Obviously, I'm a huge KO. He's one of my top 5 of all times. And just, man, I just love the guy. On screen, off screen, watching him in interviews. I've never met him personally, obviously, but everything about the dude, I love it. So I would definitely be honored if Kevin Owens could play Big Mike sometime.
Damn, it could work, because I seen Kevin Owens with a backwards hat too, the beard. You got the Kevin Owens going on, but don't grow it to the fucking.
Well, see, under the hat, so it's not very much there, so the hair's not hard to do, which is why I wear the hat.
Oh, look at this! Look at this!
Taking everybody behind the curtains real quick here.
Means you got them kids that make me lose my hair. That's what's making me fucking lose my hair. Okay, next question. Favorite song that you've been listening besides a wrestling song? I don't want to hear no wrestling song. I want to hear your favorite wrestling song that you've been hearing in your iPad or your phone, Spotify, Apple Music, all that.
Man, I've been stuck for about the past year and a half. I'm a huge Kendrick fan, so Kendrick Lamar has been on there.
Nice. Yeah.
Got back into Not Like Us not too long ago. Kind of turned it off because it was so overplayed for a long time. I mean, obviously the Super Bowl, everything like that. Finally, it kind of came back around and heard it, and it's been in my ear so much. So that's really what I've been listening to. My music tastes are all over the board. I've got like a country kick that I go on. I'm a pretty big. Wow, the name just left my head. Jeez. Pretty big country fan. Exactly. So we'll go with Kendrick since I can't think of the name. We'll say Kendrick is because he's the one I've been playing the most.
Kendrick Lamar. Right now for me, it's been the guy that played Caleb in Yellowstone. What's his name? Me too. His name is not hitting me, but Yellowstone, the cowboy. He's a cowboy. And he sings cowboy country music. That guy.
Yeah.
His music I've been listening a lot lately. Him, and for some reason, End of Beginning from Dijo. That song too. I've been on repeat. But wrestling song. Let's go right now. From my bell here. Let's go. Let's do this. Let's clap the hands right now, and let's go with it, Mike. Talk to me more about how you started your podcast, who's in your podcast, how it came about, why you started one. I want to know it all right here on After Islam, and then we're gonna go some questions.
Yeah, man. I mean, I've been a wrestling fan all my life. There aren't a whole lot of people in my life that like to talk wrestling a whole lot. Yeah. So I'm kind of alone in that in my everyday life. But one of my really good friends, Herb from the Herb and Raj podcast, they do an Alabama show. Obviously, I'm a big Alabama fan. You guys see the hat.
Yeah.
But he had encouraged me for probably almost a year to start a podcast about anything at all. I mean, he just wanted me. I did some stuff on their channel, and he finally talked me in after doing some guest stuff on theirs to just start one. And so I started the channel. It wasn't even called The Run at that point because I wasn't sure it was going to be about wrestling. And then obviously my love of wrestling kind of overtook everything else. So I came up with the name The Running Wrestling Podcast. I was actually a part of a different podcast called the Tuesday Night Triple Threat with one of my co-hosts now and another man named Mr. U, which kind of got me started in the wrestling space. And then when Mr. U decided to stop that podcast, I kept it up with Sped, my co-host on the Run In, and it changed it over to the Run In, and have been going since October of 2024, so about a year and a half now. We've been going every week, so it's thanks to Herb from Herb and Raj, obviously his brother, and a lot of people you've had on this show. If it's not for them, there is no Running Wrestling Podcast. Lady Alpha from the Wrestling Divas. I met Michael from Kicking At It too a little bit after I started the podcast, but he has helped out a ton. So without any of those people, and of course Sped, my co-host, there is no Running Wrestling Podcast without any of those people involved.
So you're telling me you've been doing I have started this podcast. I think at my first episode was my dad. It was in freaking October of this year, of 2025 this year. My God, we just started the year, 2025. And I've built it now to this, and I find it like it's much easier to find wrestling fans to speak to, like yourselves, like to just get to know and talk, shoot some wrestling, How was your concept? What's your concept of your podcast? Like, how does it start and how does it end? Is there a topic to it? Like here, it's simple. I'm talking to you. We're talking wrestling. We're talking about the person. We're talking about you, Bigmike, Big Sexy. You know what I mean? Can I call you Big Sexy, by the way? I'm just saying.
I look, if you ask anybody that knows me, they will tell you I don't take compliments very well, and I'm trying to get better. So, brother, you call me whatever you want to, and I'll do my best with it.
Okay, cool. Because I don't know, I got that Kevin Nash vibe for some reason. Don't get me wrong. It's weird. Where's a glass of wine? Cheers. Or I say, I'll train of thought. I'm getting distracted. Okay, so yeah, how does your podcast start from? Like, what's the topics, and how do you start it, and how do you end it?
So, at the Run In Wrestling Podcast, we try to end your wrestling week the right way because we're on every Thursday night, 7-6 Central,
Sure. Yes.
which is kind of like that dead day. Well, of course, now with TNA just now starting up, Thursday night was really the only night that didn't have any wrestling on throughout the week. So we wanted to kind of take that day to kind of go over everything that had happened from Friday Night SmackDown down to Dynamite and everything in between, and kind of just recap it, let everybody know our thoughts between me and Sped and now EC, who's back on the show. And that's really it. And I mean, we go through, try to go in chronological order from Friday down to Wednesday. We'll break up if there's a pay-per-view or a PLE. We may lead or end with that because we do predictions. We have belts and shields and crowns and all kinds of stuff that you can win on with prediction shows. We try to have some fun with it, make it a little bit more interesting. But we start out from Friday, go through each show, give our opinions. Towards the end of the show, we do try to break it up. We have Twitter posts of the week where if we see anything on Twitter or anything like that interests us or interests the audience, we try to talk about it and cover it. Obviously, if you guys are watching this and you want to throw it to me, you can always follow me on Twitter and shoot me any Twitter post you guys see, and we'll cover it on the show as well. And then we do what we call the Run-In Matchmaker, where we pit. It's like a 4-way death match where you take 4 wrestlers, put them in, and we kind of book the show. So, and then that's pretty much the whole show from beginning to end.
So it's a 2-hour show, right? I'm assuming 2 hours, 3 hours, or
anywhere from an hour to 2. We set off to make it an hour show, but Sped and I both like to talk, and we both love wrestling. So I think we may have only had like 2 shows that have been an actual hour. Normally it's around an hour and a half, but anywhere in between 1 or 2 hours.
But I've watched it, and it's some shows. I'm going to say, I'll be honest, because I'm a brutally honest person. And very transparent. Some shows, podcasts like yours, There's I've never watched about 6 episodes of the Run In Wrestling podcast. Which what's your co-host name?
Sped
Sped
Rock.
Sped Rock. If you're watching Sped Rock, I'm coming for you. Anyways, it's a joke. I want you on the show. But, yours Kicking Out at 2. I gotta give Kicking Out at 2 a shout out because they're fun. Lady Alpha and Autumn with their Divas podcast, they're still learning, and it's fun to watch their growth. They're just got 2 years into the wrestling and loving wrestling and stuff. So when I interviewed them, it was they knew what they were talking about. Like I enjoyed their show. But they have some stuff to catch up on. But you guys, when you walk into a podcast, you got to know your stuff. You got to know your wrestling knowledge. You got to know your stuff. And it's not like, okay, next one. Like I watched your whole episode. Crazy, I know. Nowadays, people just scroll up and down stuff. But honestly, Mike, I watched your whole episode and I was entertained from the beginning to end. And that battle royale, what you call death match, what it is, it fucking entertained the shit out of me. Sorry, my language, but I mean, it's true. It did, bro. And it's in the way you and Spaz, like it was the funniest shit I've heard in my life. And I listened to it, and I'm stuck in traffic, bro, coming home from work. So I put my phone on the side, I'm bumper to bumper, and I see your pretty face on the TV, on the phone. So it is what it is, okay? I enjoy your show, and I think everybody else should watch. And then we're going to put the links later on when the show's done. Obviously, we're going to be on Spotify and everywhere the show's going to be located and showcased. But we're going to put the Run In Wrestling podcast. I want everyone to be there, subscribe to their channel, and fucking watch the show because it is pretty entertaining. You'll see my camera flasher a little bit because you know what it does? It likes to shut off on me, that piece of shit. But I mean, no, I'm kidding. Let's go to the first question.
So now we know that the camera is the true heel of the show.
Oh, yeah. He is the heel of the show. He is the true heel. And there it is. He likes to shut off on me, and now I'm back. So tell me, Mike, when you started watching wrestling, there's no age. I don't want to know your age, but I want to know, how did you become a wrestling fan?
Watching it as a kid, man. I mean, me and my dad used to watch it. Hulk Hogan, Macho Man, Junkyard Dog, some of my favorites from back in the day. It just, and I kind of gravitated towards it, because I'm obviously a bigger guy, hence the name Big Mike. So I see these larger than life people on my TV screen doing crazy things, and I've always been kind of gravitated to it. And then just the characters. So I'll let you in on a little bit of a secret that I tell the people closest to me. I'm not a very confident person. As I mentioned, kind of about trying to take compliments well. Yeah. So seeing those personalities and having the confidence to go out there and do the things that they do pushed me to talk to people at school, pushed me to do things at school that even in my adult life now that maybe I was uncomfortable doing because I saw other people doing that kind of thing. And you can do that on a TV show and all that as you're acting, but there's nothing like wrestling, watching it live, knowing these people have one shot to go out there and get it right and make an impact on that audience in anywhere from 60 seconds to 30 minutes or however long it is. It's just, it enamors me. It still amazes me to this day. And the older I get, the more I learn the ins and outs of it, the behind the scenes, it turns me on even more. So whenever these people go, oh, wrestling's fake, man, that's the part of it I love. The fact that they can fake that's quote unquote fake it and make it look as good as it does and do everything they do just makes it that much more impressive to me.
Yeah. And we're going to bring this up here. Speaking of the Devils, no, what's up, y'all? Sorry we're late. There is that is Lady Alpha behind there. And then we got Herb. Just gonna say the Big Mike is awesome. He is awesome, ladies and gentlemen. There you go, Mike. See, you're gonna get compliments on the show. Take them.
Well, so that one I mentioned him at the beginning. That's Herb. That's my best friend. That's the one who pushed me to start the podcast in general. So I'm used to taking his compliments now because he is very generous with them, and I appreciate that. Again, I'm not sitting here with you today if it's not for that man right there behind that comment. So
That's
thank
awesome.
you, Herb. I love you, brother. He's more like a brother to me than he is a friend. I call him a best friend just because it's easier. Because obviously, if you saw the picture, we don't look a lot alike. Um, but yeah, I mean, I'm not here today without him. So
Is that both of you in that picture? No, no.
kind of. That's the other two. They call me the third Ragsdale because that's their last name. So that's the other two Ragsdale brothers.
Yeah. Hi, Herb. Hi, Herb. There's Lydia. There's conversations going on. I understand you. Like even me growing up, like I think so. Now that you just mentioned Hulk Hogan, Macho Man, and Junkyard Dog, we're probably in the same age group because I grew up with that too. So like it's basically Hulk Hogan. Even though we know what Hulk Hogan ended up being, and you know it is what it is. For me, Hulk Hogan, we wouldn't be sitting doing this podcast right now if it wasn't for Hulk Hogan. I say that on every episode. There wouldn't be a Stone Cold Steve Austin. There wouldn't be a The Rock. There wouldn't be a John Cena. There wouldn't be a Triple H. There wouldn't be anybody today in pro wrestling if it wasn't for Hulk Hogan. I'm a big Bret Hitman Hart fan. Like I love Bret. I'm a Bret Hart fan. Hence Canada. I'm from Canada. It is what it is. I watched the Montreal Screwjob. I was there live with my dad, 97. I was there in the Wilson Center. I saw all this, you know, so like I'm always gonna be a Hitman fan. But like growing up for you, when you were growing up, for me, it was the new generation. It was the next generation. It was the Shawn Michaelses, the Bret Harts, the Owen Harts, the let's say the British Bulldog. Who else was there? Undertaker. There was Yokozuna. That was the new generation. Lex Luger when he was the America USA guy. You know, that's where I gravitated more to wrestling. I watched Hogan and King Kong Bundy on tapes, Andre the Giant on tapes, but watching it weekly on the weekly basis, that was like that time, the new generation for me. Bret was my guy. Who was your guy growing up when you had to watch everything, every step, and emulated everything he did in life?
So yeah, it's actually a little bit later than that because like I said, I watched Hogan, watched all that, and that's when I kind of learned about wrestling. I didn't know that this was going to be as inspirational to me as it is until Mick Foley. Very similar body types to me, and a lot of this will be my personal stuff. I mean, so seeing Mick Foley out there, who looks like a guy that looks like me, he's not jacked, he's not super muscular, anything like that, and out there doing what he does, he has always been the biggest inspiration. So he's definitely up there. Him and Kurt Angle are my number one and number two wrestlers of all time. So a little bit later than the Hogans and all that, but that's what really solidified my love for professional wrestling was Mick Foley, and then seeing Kurt Angle come in because Kurt Angle kind of gave it a realness to it. You know, coming from the Olympics and everything like that, it combined my two loves because I've always been a sports fan and then being a wrestling fan. Kurt Angle was that person that brought those two together and made it okay to love both of them at the same time. So I always put those two up there as 1 and 2 together as just the all-time favorites that I've ever seen.
That's crazy, man. That whole Kurt Angle, Mick Foley. For me, when I say Mick Foley, it's underdog. Yeah. I feel like you feel like you're an underdog as well. I get that. I get that vibe from you. I hope it's not a low blow I'm saying here, but I mean
no. Trust me, I'm an open book, brother. Anything you say, I'm good with.
No, but like Mike, I honestly like the way you're talking and the way you're describing how you feel and how you are, you're an underdog. But I think you are more than you're more. I personally see with your podcast, the way you express yourself and how you're talking to me right now, you're more than that. And I don't know if I'm saying some inspirational comments to you, bro. Big sexy. You're more than that, bro. So that's important for me to tell you. It's when you have I was told from many people that I know, friends of colleagues, whatever, just to present yourself on camera. You're online right now. People are watching you from all sorts of destinations. We're all on social media every single day. You're online showing yourself. That takes a lot of guts. That takes a lot of cojones. I don't want to say the BLS, is it? But I want it It takes that a lot, and it's true. And for you to do that, you got to take that in consideration. Saying, yeah, I'm an underdog, but I got the guts to say I'm here to show and talk to you about pro wrestling, something that I love and am so passionate about. So shout out to you, Bank. Honestly. So Mick Foley, Kurt Angle. What was your favorite Kurt Angle moment?
The milk truck. I mean, it's the biggest one. Watching him come out and do that is just hilarious. It's the fact that he doesn't take himself too seriously too is one of my favorite things about him. So yeah, definitely the milk truck.
Yeah. The milk truck. He stole that idea from Stone Cold, but okay, I'll take that. Here's
but he made it because as somebody who wasn't 21 at the time, he made that for me though. So Stone Cold was my dad's, so he could have the beer. I needed something for me as a kid and a teenager. So now, that brought it into my world. So
let me drink that milk, baby. Let me drink that milk. Big Sexy, I love it. Look at The Office. Yeah, I made a nickname for Big Mike. It's Big Sexy Big Mike. Okay, Big Daddy. No, Big Daddy Cool, Big Sexy Big Mike. All right. So right now, I want to know favorite theme song that you keep hearing all the time from WWE, AEW, TNA, whatever it may be. Or it could be Hulk Hogan, Real American back in the day. What was your theme song that I listen to? I'm a nerd, okay? So I'm driving. I drive a truck. I'm a painter. I'm driving trucks, and I listen to WWF Volume 4 soundtrack. Like it's, you know what I mean? So like I'm listening to Goldust theme song while I'm driving. What's your favorite song?
Shattered Dreams is great.
Yeah.
So my favorites of all time, I'm a hip hop kid at heart, hence the Kendrick Lamar earlier.
Yes, sir.
What's Up? R-Truth, you got to love that. I'm a huge R-Truth fan, love everything he does. I've listened to a lot of his stuff. John Cena, Dr. Thugonomics, You Can't See Me, all that. I had that album when I was a kid. I was one of the millions that bought it to make it platinum.
Guilty.
But funny enough, today, the last 2 weeks, and this is a guilty pleasure, so I laugh if you want to, man, that new Kit Wilson theme has been all over the place. And it's stuck in my head. It is so catchy.
I think it's because of the damn colors that we're seeing on the Tron when he comes out. And it is catchy because when I come out of the shower, I'm doing the fucking, I'm doing it.
Yeah, it's like, it's infectious. I love it.
What are they gonna do with him? Absolutely nothing.
Probably not.
That's what WWE does,
That's gonna be the whole gimmick. It's gonna be the entrance.
The entrance and him fighting Zack Ryder. I'm not calling him Mike Cardona because now he's Zack Ryder back in WWE. He's losing.
Exactly.
So you're back to Zack Ryder, buddy. Buried. AEW or WWE? Which one do you pick? If you have to pick one. You have to pick one.
So it would. So I'll do it this way. It would change from day to day depending on what I want to watch. I say all the time on our show, they're two completely. Yes, they are technically both wrestling shows, but they are two completely different forms of entertainment.
Absolutely.
So if I want to just kind of sit back, relax, and not really get too much into it, I can throw on WWE. I know I'm not going to have anything that's going to shock me most of the time. I'm not going to have to go sit up and go, oh crap, what is that? If I want something it's kind of the thing where if you want to watch a comedy or a horror movie, and I say that with the most respect for AEW. AEW is like the horror movie because you never know when you're going to tune in exactly what you're going to see as far as the match type or anything like that. Yeah. So it really just depends on what you're in the mood for that day. That's why I don't like picking between the two. But I mean, if I had to go with one, the way I feel right now, I'm a little bit more upbeat, a little bit more jumpy. I'd go with WWE right now. But you could always change it either way.
Do you hear the music in the background that I'm playing right now?
Very low, yes.
Very low. Okay, I put it low. Pretty good. Here we go. Sorry, I'm late to the party. We got the big man. Glad to see the cool dudes in the same screen. He's cooler than me. Don't even get that started.
Oh yeah, no, he's definitely there.
No, you're cooler than me. What are you talking
about? That man right there, the CEO of Gimmick Table Media, that brought us all together.
Wait a minute. He's the CEO now. Michael from Kicking Out of Two is the CEO from Gimmick.
CEO and co-creator. Him and Tori built it and put us all together. The Wrestling Divas, myself and Sped, everything. Jess over on TikTok doing her readings. You've got the Suds podcast with Vinny and those guys. He brought us all together.
Well, guess what, Michael? Thanks for the invite, sucker. All right, there we go. That's what I'm gonna say to you.
All right, bro.
Damn, I thought I was building something. I'm never invited to the party. Never. Yeah. Oh, okay. Let's get to the next question. He's gonna feel bad now. That's what he's gonna say. Best storyline, bro. Best storyline from any company, any year, any time that you watch pro wrestling that you have to tune in every single day. And please don't say the invasion.
No. God, no. If it had been done right, yes.
It would have been.
But it was not done right. It wasn't done right. I go back to just the biggest and best that changed the business forever was the NWO. I mean, I don't think any of us are here. You know, we talked about Hulk Hogan, and I've said this on my podcast. Hulk Hogan is the only person that can say he changed wrestling multiple times.
Yep.
And the NWO did that, and that storyline of how that intertwined in the entire company of WCW. You see people trying to recreate it now. I mean, you had the Aces and Eights over in TNA. You've got the Bullet Club over in New Japan. You've got, it kind of spawned DX to what it was. I mean, it's what brought big factions like that together. The biggest one I can think of before that was the Four Horsemen, obviously, because you had a few, but it wasn't anything to that size.
Yeah.
So that storyline is, and again, being a kid kind of brought me into it, just always resonates with me. With one of the biggest ones, and that's what I said, like John Cena's heel turn earlier this year. I've always said that's the second biggest heel turn of all time because nothing will ever top Hogan's. As much as I love John Cena and as big as I thought it was, the impact it had on wrestling as a whole, nothing will ever top Hulk Hogan. So that's definitely probably the biggest one of all time that I can think of in my head. Recently, my favorite one has been Mariah May and Toni Storm. I think over in AEW, those two did. Not only did it introduce Mariah May, now Blake Monroe over in WWE. For those who may not know, it's introduced us to her. It really showed what Toni Storm could do and how crazily underutilized she was when she was at WWE, and even her early time when they tried to throw her into the group with Saraya and Ruby Riott. Over at AEW. So it's that one was almost perfect to me. So just to go both ways, both sides of it, and one kind of older and one newer. Those are some of my favorites.
I like those picks. Mine was Edge and Matt Hardy. When all that scandal with Lita happened, it felt real. I felt like, oh shit, what's going on? You know, it was kind of real, but like,
yes, probably because it was.
Yeah, but those two guys, they still worked us because they're best friends today, you know. So I've always liked that one. That was my rivalry, and the rivalry I tuned in every single week was the Sting and Hulk Hogan one in WCW. Yeah. It was a year long, and it was interesting. It ended like shit, like everything else does in wrestling, but it's one of those two. Those two are on my tops. Yeah. So so your favorite era, like what's like besides now, because we're still all tuning in to watch wrestling, but growing up there was the golden era with the Hulkster. There was the new generation with Brett and Shawn. There was the Attitude Era with Steve Austin and The Rock and DX. I'm talking WWE based because I NWO for me is Attitude Era at the same time.
Yeah.
So we'll talk about a Ruthless Aggression. Kurt Angle with that was Attitude Era. Kurt Angle with the milk. Then you had the PG era, which nobody picks PG. But what was your favorite watching, like fun times to watch?
I mean, obviously the Attitude Era is probably your most popular answer you get from everybody. And it's definitely up there for me. I'm probably gonna go with the Ruthless Aggression era. Just because I'm again a huge John Cena fan. You got John Cena and Edge. You did get a lot of Kurt Angle's later career in that as well.
That era was stacked, man. I've always going to say that Ruthless Aggression was stacked. Go ahead.
No, that's pretty much what I was going to say. I mean, you had so many of these talents that took that torch from, Stone Cold in some of the Rock and all those, even though the Rock kind of bled into that a little bit, and they were really starting to try to redefine themselves because they had to figure out something to do. Obviously, WCW was gone at that point, so they had to reinvent themselves. And look, this isn't to say that all of it was all great, because there was some really bad misses in there. But just overall, I mean, that's probably my favorite era to go back and watch. Right before the Attitude Era. So those two are close.
Yeah, I've been watching a lot cause on Netflix. We have everything. I know in the States it's harder for you guys. It's coming up for Netflix for WWE stuff.
They've started adding it. Yeah.
Yeah, I've been watching all of the Ruthless Aggression, like SmackDown Volt, and then Raw Volt. The Ruthless Aggression with Triple H as World Heavyweight Champion, and with Randy Orton and all that stuff. Then on SmackDown you had Benoit. Okay, I'm mentioning his name. I know whatever he did. Whatever it is. Benoit, Jericho, Edge, Eddie Guerrero, Brock Lesnar, John Cena, of course, Rikishi, Undertaker, Zach Gowen. Remember him?
I do.
Who brings up Zach Gowen on a podcast? Me. You know, the FBI, if you remember when they came from ECW. I'll never forget this. One week, Chuck Palumbo. Remember, Chuck Palumbo had the long bleached hair with Billy Gunn. Then next week he's in the FBI. What the hell was that? It's like, you know, like it was weirdest stuff ever, but it worked. I liked it. The rivalry with the Taker and the FBI was entertaining. But yeah, let me hit a commercial break where we're gonna get into some other questions now. I'm gonna put you backstage. I gotta do my sponsors. This episode is obviously sponsored by Wrestle Real. He's my homeboy in Vancouver. He let me actually bring that up. Let me bring that up for you guys. So he has a contest that is going to be expiring in April. If you want to go to Wrestle Real giveaway, 2 tickets to AEW Dynasty, April 12th, 2026. You must follow his Twitch and Instagram. Those barcodes are right there. And this, I think the 6th or the 3rd, the April 3rd is when this contest ends. So this is an opportunity for you guys to get AEW tickets for free. Just sign up to his Twitch and Instagram and say After the Slam sent me, and you can go to Vancouver to watch AEW's Dynasty. And also this show is sponsored by Fatal Switch, who that music video you saw earlier when we started playing the game. I am not going to replay the video, only maybe towards the end. Fatal Switch promoting Pit Fight Wrestling on February 26th at Piranha Bar here in Montreal. It's WWE's Attitude Era meeting ECW Eastern Championship Wrestling. And with that being said, let me go put that in. I'm going to put that away. And we're going to do a commercial with Capco. We'll be right back. All right. Nope. Hey guys, welcome to After the Slam Championship Review Edition. Here we go. Today, we're going to be talking about a title, a luxury title that everybody wants, everybody desires, and I'm here to present it to you. It's the AEW Heavyweight Championship. If you all know by now, I've been sponsored by Capco Championship Titles. They send me championships to do reviews and to sell here in the Canadian market for Canadian customers. Now, if you're looking for a title that you want to desire, either a custom or anything you want, Capco Championship Titles are the way to go. Go to their Facebook page group, Capco Championship Belts. Here it is, the AEW World Heavyweight Championship made from Capco Championship Belts. Abdullah Wan, he's the belt maker for these belts. He is my sponsor for After the Slam podcast. As you can see, it has fully 24 karat gold on it. The plates are 2.5 millimeter plates. This right here is the AEW Heavyweight Championship belt from Capco Championship Belts. Honestly, it's a great belt. I want this in my collection, but the prices vary. You got to go to Abdullah Wan on Capco Championship Belts. He will tell you. He even does sell this in the American market. But if you're looking for Canadian, you are from Canada, you're looking for Canadian market to sell championship belts, and you want this in your collection, I'm your guy, Audacious Albert, after the slam. Just hit me in the DMs or in the comments in this video. That is it. And the AEW World Heavyweight Championship from Capco. It's amazing. I love it. And I hope you love it too. We're going to see you next time on the next belt review. And there it is, guys. Capco Championship belts. As you can see, I have the blue WWF Big Eagle title that Stone Cold Steve Austin brought after he retired the Wing Eagle title. This is it. There's actually a soul title from Capco that's going to Vancouver because Wrestle Real, that's his belt right here. So there you go. I'm going to bring back Michael. Again, this episode is sponsored by Capco Championship Belts. He is my sponsor for After the Slam. And let's bring back the band. Big Sexy, Bigmike. There it is. Sorry about that. Got to do the, the little advertisements, because these guys want their advertisements,
Hey, we're all in the business, brother. I understand completely.
There's the AEW title that showed right there. That is the belt that is available. If you're in Canada, hit me up. It's good to sell. It's ready to go because I'm not keeping these belts. I'm not this type of guy to keep all these belts. Got too many. You can see my walls. You can see my wall. Got too
many. You said Abdullah sells to the U.S. too, right? Because I may be looking for a belt soon. So.
Yeah, and he makes customs too. So if you want to make a Run-In Wrestling Podcast Championship title, he makes it. Okay. It's and it varies to $380 to $400. So follow that Facebook group page. Get in there, or shoot. I'll shoot you the invite on Facebook. Just add me on Facebook, and I'll shoot you the invite. Get in there, talk to Abdul, and these belts are the real deal, man. These are actually the belts that indie. I'm not sure what WWE does, honestly, or AEW, but this is the titles that indie wrestling companies order from. They order from these guys, It's dual plated. It's 24 karat gold. It's the real thing. And I didn't believe them at first. I went to a place where they sell gold. They scanned it. It's real gold. So
wow.
So I'm not. It's real good stuff, and I'm so happy they sponsored After the Slam. But it is what it is. They send me these fucking belts left and right. I don't know where to put them. If you want to see, look, I got. Like my favorite by far right now. I made a review on it. It's the AEW. I'm saying the NWA, the one that Lex Luger and Barry Windham and Magnum TA. This belt, I grew up watching. All kinds. And yes, let me bring this up here. Need to take a few weeks about the Arn Anderson era TV title. It's coming in. That TV title is coming in. But is that a title that you like, Mike? The Arn Anderson TV title. Do you like it? I don't know why. Need to talk with me. Okay, to make the Arn Anderson. Yeah. Okay, no problem, bro. I'm making myself an After the Slam championship belt. So I want to have After the Slam title, but it has to look and feel like this one. I gotta show it one more time. It has to feel and to look like the classic Intercontinental title, like this one right here. Oh, I just smashed my microphone. Has to look like this. This title for me is my favorite title growing up. So it has to be After the Slam Intercontinental Champion. Back to the show.
Nice.
Mike.
Yes, sir.
If you have to be in a round table, I say this in every podcast, and I'm never going to stop because I love this question. If you have to be in a round table, right?
Mm-hmm.
3 guys or gals, whatever it may be. 3 people that you influential. It could be a movie star. It could be a wrestler. It could be anything you want to be. Anybody that you want to learn knowledge from that you feel like I want to be at that round table. Who are the 3 people you would pick to be on your round table?
Ooh, wow. That's a good one. So not to take up too much time to think, I'll actually stick to wrestling for this
Sure.
point. Just because I'm trying to go through like the list of names in my head that I would want to talk to. Wrestling wise, John Cena. Just hearing that guy talk, about the business and behind the scenes and everything like that, you'd be crazy not to want to sit down and talk to him.
Don't you feel like you become instantly smart by talking to John Cena?
Yes.
Like it's weird.
100%. Yes.
Yeah, go next.
Kevin Owens, just because I think it would be a lot of fun. He's one of my favorite wrestlers. He would bring a lot of levity to it. He'd make us all laugh. He'd call anybody out on their BS if it was in there. And the third one, and they're all going to be fairly recent. I've gotten to know him again, never met him personally, but Karrion Kross or Killer Cross, how he looks at the world and looks at the business. I've read his book. I've listened to a ton of his stuff. Just his outlook on life in general is really cool to me. So that's the three that I would want to talk to for completely different reasons. But having them all together, putting those three kind of different personalities together, I think would be really cool. So that's the one I would go with.
Karrion Kross, for some odd reason, I feel like he's going to be at the Rumble. He's going to be an entrant.
I don't know, man. He's got so much other stuff going on with his book. He's got the movie that he produced and everything like that. I hope you're right, because I would love to see him in WWE. I've actually got his shirt somewhere in this room. Yeah. I swapped it out for the Jacob Fatu shirt over there not too long ago. But I've got his shirt too, because he's definitely up there on my tops as well.
Do you think his match at SummerSlam with Sammy, Karrion Kross, was it rushed? Was it rushed? Was it I find it was something off with that match. Do you have that?
To me it made no sense, because it didn't do anything. And we talked about this on our show after it, because I was hugely disappointed in the match.
Yeah.
Because being a Karrion Kross fan, his whole gimmick was how people change and how people evolve and develop and everything like that. And the way they ended that match, it seemed like it just stopped. Like, it would have been okay to do it 10 different ways, but just the kind of the dull ending of Sammy just winning, it just didn't have anything more to it. And I expected with it being Kross and Sammy, who you and I talked about, before the show, it has a huge mind on him. You would have thought that they would have been able to talk to producers, everything, and have something to where you could have gone another year. Maybe not those two against each other, but it could have played in the background for another year or so, of how that match changed both Sammy and Kross for the next year to come. And it could have built an entire 2 to 3 other storylines in there. And it was like, okay, so we're just going to let Sammy win and everything's going to be the same. So everything you built up was nothing.
A lot of that writing is horrendous. But maybe, I think WWE Unreal on Tuesday, it's coming out on Netflix. I'm not promoting them. But I hope the SummerSlam segment, there's a SummerSlam in there, right? Yep. I hope something is shown in that. I don't think so, but I hope something is shown, because you're one of the top, or maybe your top guys. Karrion Kross is leaving your company, and there's nothing to show about it. Yeah. I just I didn't like there's something up. There's something crazy about that. For me, it's like the same thing with AEW. You're with CM Punk. When CM Punk was fired, you're firing your top guy. He was better and more, like, he was. There's a maybe you disagree with me here, but I'm sorry.
No, just an eye itch.
He was your top guy. He was bigger than everybody on that roster, including the Bucks, including Omega, including MJF, including Hangman Page, including Samoa Joe. Everybody on that show, Collision or Dynamite, CM Punk was your top guy, and you're firing him because you punched a little young boy in the face in Jungle Boy because he wants to teach him some manners. Maybe I would have done the same goddamn thing. Okay, so for me, and then I'm happy Punk is back where he is now and all yada yada yada. But for me, these promoters letting go these top talents, they just threw away Karrion Kross for everything he built, everything he grew, he did. It drives me fucking nuts. But your picks: John Cena, Karrion Kross, and Kevin Owens. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. And shout out to Kevin Owens, my home Montreal home dog. KO, you know who I am. If you're watching this, holla at me. Just saying. All right. Most underrated wrestler in Big Mike's opinion.
Ever or current?
You decide.
So I'll keep it current. So right now it's Chad Gable.
Okay, no, Chad Gable's not around. He's gonna come back at the Rumble. We all know he's gonna be
Okay.
buff. He's gonna remind me of Buff Bagwell, maybe. But I mean, I hope he comes back as a Americano, a Grande Americano, takes off the mask and eliminates the other Americano. That would have been interesting in the Rumble, you know. But no, he's not around. Somebody that's around. If you're gonna say current, somebody that's active.
Okay. Bailey.
Chad Gable, world champion, though. That's money right there. Just saying.
I think Bailey's underrated. The fact that we don't talk about Bailey as the greatest women's wrestler of all time, everybody throws, Mercedes and Charlotte and Lita and all the names you throw in there. The fact that Bailey is not one of the first 2 or 3 in that list for everything she's done is crazy. So I would definitely say her. I saw in the comments Montez Ford would be up there for me. That's a huge one, but he's not around right now, so I guess I can't technically say him either.
Can't pick him.
So. But for everybody who shows up week to week, it's got to be Bailey, because she's definitely top 2 of women of all time to me. And just the fact that she's not even on those lists for a lot of people is a travesty.
I like that. She's not on my list, but I know what, for me, she's not on my list, but I could see it in your perspective. Yeah, you're right. It is a travesty. She's easy top 3 best women's wrestlers of all time. Easy. My number 1 is Alundra Blaze. No, I'm kidding. Don't shoot me in the comments. Medusa. No, I'm just kidding.
Hey, if you want clicks, you can put that one out there.
You want Alundra Blaze, baby. If you want Medusa, hey, how you doing? Come see me. Come on the show. For me, Chelsea Green. She's underrated in a sense of they book her, but they make her top thing, and then boom, they take the belt away. They should have never took that belt away from her. To Julia to do what? Absolutely nothing. Nia Jax, we saw on SmackDown. Spoiler alert! Spoiler: Nia Jax might be going for that belt now. Hopefully, put some legitimacy on there, because Julia, I love you, but you're not booked right, baby girl. I love Julia to death. I loved her in Japan. I loved her everywhere. And the way they're booking Julia is a travesty. So there's my number 1 underrated superstar is Julia. Yeah.
Good one.
And for men right now, I was gonna say Carmelo Hayes, but Carmelo now is the current United States champion. I was gonna say Trick Williams, but I think Trick Williams is money right now. I hate his punches though. I really do. Who is underrated in the men's right now?
So while you're thinking, I can throw one out, and it's for the same reason as Bailey, and it's The Miz.
Oh,
Again, we should be talking about The Miz as one of the greatest of all time.
Yeah.
And nobody does. So that if let's help you think about it. That's my men's side of just crazy underrated.
I was gonna say Alex Riley, but okay, no, I'm kidding. That's just a kick in the head. Alex Riley, he had a killer Sims theme song. Maven was underrated now.
That's actually true. I mean, I mean, I know he wasn't there very long, but I mean, the guy could go. His little experience as he had. I mean,
Maven was good. For me, I've liked him so much that I hate what they're doing with him now. Is Pete Dunne? I don't like that they put a mask on him. But Pete Dunne, the bruiserweight. That's an IC champion in itself. That's a United States champion in itself. It could be a potential world heavyweight champion in itself. That whole gimmick, Now that he cut his hair, he looks like a chooch. But I mean, I like the one he had that long hair in front of him there. But it is what it is. You know, they get the long hairs. We got none. You and I don't got none, so we can't say anything about it. All right. So now,
speaking of Pete Dunne, hold on. I've got a follow up.
Yeah.
So we talked about you talked about Pete Dunne being underrated as he is now. Do you prefer him as an Americano or as Butch?
Oh,
if you had to choose between the two, is Americano a step up from Butch?
No, I pick Butch. I pick Butch. I'm not an Americano fan. I like Ludwig playing the Americano gimmick right now until Chad comes back. But it'd be really
I hope he never gives. I don't want Chad to be Americano when he comes back. I hope it stays Ludwig.
I hope so too, but I find maybe like if storytelling, the real Americano shows up and somebody else completely, and Ludwig's like, "What? It's supposed to be me," and then Chad's in his Chad Gable gears, like, well, I started it," and then Anyways, it's a fantasy booking. But point being, we got the Maven was a snake bite because how he came in. Yeah, well, tough enough. We get it, Mike. Yeah. What else this year? We got Bobby Benito. Who do you guys think is underrated and doesn't have enough TV time? We said Bailey and stuff. We're not gonna go continue that one, but let's get into the question. This obviously episode is sponsored by Capco Championship Belts. Mike, like you said, you want to, well, if you need any hookup, I can hook you up. But it is your top 5 championship belts right after this.
You just made the list!
This is the list. Turn it up. Let the records twist. Top 10 stories that you don't want to miss. Brought to you loud from the heart of the fans. After the slam, yeah, we're making our stand. Yeah, we're making our stand.
You just made the list!
And there you go. That is the list. It's a show that I'm building slowly in production of top 10 of anything. But in our show here right after the slam, I asked my guests their top 10 championship belts because this segment is sponsored, of course, by Capco Championship Belts. So, Mike, let's start with number 5. Who and what is your top 5 championship belts? Let's start with number 5.
So number 5, shout out to Mick Foley, one of my favorites of all time. It's got to be the hardcore title. I just think it's a cool design. It's simple. Love with everything they did with it. Number 4. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I think that was the Mr. Perfect when he broke that title in the 80s. Yep. They brought it back to the 90s and
put the tape on it and everything. Yeah, I loved it. Number 4. And some of these will be a little weird. Number 4 is the John Cena US spinner belt. I like when people do stuff that's different, man. It's just it's a lot of fun, and there's going to be some tradition in this list too. So don't get me wrong, but anytime you can change something up and make it like I like right now, and this isn't on my top 5. It's kind of like just kind of what's going on now. I like how All Egos got the Canadian Championship North American belt. I loved when MJF changed the international title to the All American title. I mean, I love when they do stuff like that and just make it personalized. It just makes it more fun. But those are the only 2 that are like that on my list. The rest of them are very, very tradition oriented. I love the big gold belt, the WCW championship belt. I love it. It looks like I'm going to get to see it too. You're probably going to have I know you have one of them because we've already talked about it. There it is.
There it is.
Yeah, the sight of that one is nice.
You got to show it. Got to show that is the WCW championship title right there. When you hold this title, you got to feel like Ric Flair. Woo! You got to feel like Ric Flair with this title. There it is.
Number. I may have to hit you up. I like it. Number 2 is actually behind you, hanging up on the wall. That white strap IC title.
Yes.
I love that. That's one of my favorites. I know you had the old school one in your promo earlier, but I like something about the white strap on it. I think of Razor and Shawn, the ladder match, and that white title, as they held that, it was so cool. And number one all time, you've shown it a couple times, so I'll let you grab it. That Winged Eagle Championship. It's classic.
Which one?
It's
Which one? The Wing
the
Eagle
Winged
or the
Eagle.
Big Eagle?
The
There's
Winged Eagle.
two. Okay, so for me,
Yeah.
the Wing Eagle, this one here.
Or as you know, as Kevin Owens would just say, it's just the eagle because all eagles have wings. So I'm not sure why we call it the Winged Eagle, but that's what we do. So that's probably that's my favorite one of all time.
Yeah, me too. This one too. I got
Love it.
two of them. You know, if I want to do a ladder match, you know. If I want to do a ladder match, you know, I could do a ladder match. You know what I mean?
Okay.
No, this one here is the dual plated. This is the one that Hulk Hogan, Macho Man Randy Savage, on Ultimate Warrior War. It has some silver toning to it. If you could see, I don't know if you see it properly on the.
A little bit, yeah, towards the bottom there. Yeah.
Yeah, and then here is the one that Shawn Michaels, Bret Hart, and everyone. It's all full gold, and of course has the WWF sign. You know, these belts. Yeah, this is what Capco sends me, guys. This is what it is.
Yeah, I definitely got to get in touch because that's what's missing from behind me. I've got all the other memorabilia, shirts, towels, collectibles, all that. I need a belt, so I definitely got to get in touch with them.
What I like about these guys is his prices vary. Okay, they're like when you go to the Fanatic store in the shops, you're obviously spending $500 and up on a belt that honestly the strap is not real leather. It's not, the plates are aluminum. They're not real metal. They're not real zinc. These guys, it's real leather. It's real zinc. It's real dipped in real 24 karat gold. It's hand tooled, hand painted. It feels like a title that you want to wear to the ring. Yeah. And their titles are varied to $300 to $380, $400 maximum, and you're getting quality. You know, so. I gotta give these guys, it's from Pakistan, yada yada yada. We know, but at the same time, the manufacturer's from Pakistan. They make it there. It's based in UK, comes to the States, comes to Canada. You know, it's they're well done. One of my favorite companies. There's a lot of belt makers out there that their straps are crap, but these guys, Capco, amazing. Let's see what Michael has to say here. Where does Jeff Hardy Immortals? In the garbage, buddy. In the garbage. I'm not going to answer that question. That title.
You can put it with the 24/7 title in the trash.
Shit, I'll pick the 24/7 title over that any day, man. The hell is that? The title's green. You know that? No, I'm kidding. Okay, we're winding now. We're already an hour into Mike. How you feeling? How you feeling? 3 more questions, and when you're 26, episode 26. Damn, that's crazy for me. 26. I started this. I'm like, I was expecting I'm gonna make it to episode 7. And never do it ever again. No, 26 it is. And I'm gonna go to 35 to 40 to 100. And when I hit 50, I'm gonna invite you back for sure.
Nice. I'll be here. Hopefully still doing my show. Hopefully they haven't run us off yet. So we're at episode 68 coming up on Thursday. So.
Damn, congratulations, man. That's amazing. That's crazy. You know, we just keep doing it every week. Enjoy it. And that's what people are saying. People are telling me they're proud of me and stuff. Hey, you know what? Thank you very much. That's what I gotta say.
Yes.
You got a main event, WrestleMania. You got to book it. What's your WrestleMania main event that you're booking?
Kevin Owens and Obafemi.
Powerbomb versus Powerbomb or Stunner? Which one do you want to?
We'll do Powerbomb versus Powerbomb. Kevin Owens, Kevin Owens in general versus Obafemi. The present versus the future.
I personally think that could happen. That could happen in the near future. You know what I mean?
Hope so.
I could see it happening in the near future, like Obafemi destroying and showing his dominance, and then KO comes back from his neck and injury and saying, "Who the hell are you?" You know. Speaking of who the hell are you? How are you? What are your thoughts on Chris Jericho at the moment?
Yeah, kinda. It's time. He needs to retire. He can go be the rock star with Ozzy. If you want to come to WWE, have a couple matches for a retirement tour. That's fine. I don't need to see Jericho for a title run, anything like that in either company, whether he stays with AEW or not. That's fine. It's time. I've seen enough of Jericho.
I want to see Chris Jericho team up with KO one more time. Like just have a reunion of that team, Jericho and KO, a reunion, and then
As
Jericho.
long as we get another festival of friendship.
Yeah, we get the festival of friendship, but this time Jericho's the one who turns on KO. You know,
Okay, that's more
rules
believable
are,
now.
rules are reversed. You know, I prefer. All right, push or drop. Who would you push right now, and who would you drop? So, and when I say drop, fired.
So push, I'm going to go back to Obafemi. I like that he's about to get called up. Hopefully they don't fumble him like they've done a lot of other call-ups. I mean, they've done a little better in the past year or two with their call-ups. See Carmelo Hayes, see
Trick.
Trick, and Lash Legend has looked great since she's come up. The recent call-ups have been really good so far. So I want to see Oba come up and get his due. Obviously, I'm a huge Obafemi fan.
Yeah,
he's kind of my next in line. Went to Alabama, by the way. Roll Tide.
Yeah.
And drop. Oh man, I hate this one because
gotta be mean this time.
Yeah, I don't like it. I don't like telling somebody they're not gonna have a job.
We're firing them personally.
Also, I'll go Chris Jericho since I was talking about he wanted to retire. I'll use Chris Jericho.
That is terrible. Terrible, my friend. I like Chris Jericho. That's my favorite wrestler. And you just fucking that's what you did for me.
I mean, it's time. Let him go. Let him go on tour with Fozzy.
I get it, but it's Chris freaking Jericho. 3-4 matches and then goodbye Nancy. It's good for me.
At least I'll say him, or as much as I love him, I'll say R-Truth just because they're not doing anything with him. I love seeing R-Truth, but if they're not going to do anything, not going to let him do something, I let the man go do his own stuff. He's got his own music career he can go do. Let them go do their thing now at this point.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Okay, bud. So we have one more question left for you. I want you, before we do that, I want you to share your socials, where people could find you, where they could, I'm going to put your thing up here. There it is. At _Bigmike 27. Where they could find you, where they could find in the Run-In Wrestling Pod. I want all the socials, wherever they could find you. Go ahead.
Yep, you see it. You heard him say it. You see it right there on my shoulder at _Bigmike 27. It's pretty much on all socials. You can also search that on YouTube and it'll take you to the Run-In Wrestling Podcast, or you can search the Run-In Wrestling Podcast. We are every Thursday night, 7/6 Central on YouTube. But if you want a little extra Run-In Wrestling Podcast, we are also on Twitch. That one is SP3DROCK over on Twitch. Spedrock's my co-host. He runs the Twitch side of things. We do a 30-minute behind the scenes before the show. So it actually starts at 6:30, 5:30 Central. Where we talk about anything but wrestling. Some wrestling will make its way in there, but we just talk about whatever, kind of connect with our fans, our audience, things like that. So you can check us out there at SP3DROCK or at the Run-In Wrestling Podcast at _Bigmike27. And that's pretty much it everywhere you find me, where you find this face.
Okay. That's what I mean. I was trying to find a button to get myself out of the screen for you to share. Anyways. Last question for you. Oh, here we go. 10 years. I see this in every single question. Where do you see pro wrestling let's say 5 years? Where do you see pro wrestling in the next 5 years? And who are your champions? World champions in the next 5 years.
So in 5 years, I see it bigger than it's ever been. I mean, you just saw TNA get a TV deal. AEW is locked in with TV deals. WWE has like 75 TV deals, I think. I only think it grows from there because we see so many different things, and the audience just keeps growing and evolving. I think the business itself will do that as well. 5 years, champions, WWE world champions, I think is going to be Braun Breaker and Obafemi. AEW, I think MJF could still be there as a champion. Kyle Fletcher, I definitely think is a future champion. You want to talk about underrated? I know he's had a huge year, breakout year, but I think he's underrated over in AEW. He's definitely a world champion. TNA, I don't watch TNA as much. I've started watching it now that they have a TV deal. I didn't have the TNA Plus, so it was hard to watch. But I mean, if he's still there, Leon Slater, I've been impressed with everything he's doing. As young as he is, he's definitely the future of that company if he decides to stay. Women's champions, man, there's so many of them. Sol Ruka, you've got Zeta Steele, who just went over to AEW, she's really good. I'm a huge fan of Tatum Paxley. I hope to God Tatum Paxley is a champion somewhere, not only in 5 years, but in the next 5 weeks to 5 months. She's got every bit of talent in the world. And I'll tell you one that most people don't know, and anybody that knows me knows this. I'm a huge Ren Sinclair fan down in NXT too. I hope she's a champion somewhere in 5 years too.
She is gonna. I know who she is, and she's 5 years. I give her in the next 2. She's a champion.
I hope so.
I give her the next 2. She's a champion. What I miss about NXT really, and how they bring up their talents, is when they give the title to somebody, let them keep it for a bit. This back and forth every 2-3 months is a little like Oba held the NXT title for quite some time. I get it, and it was good. I hate they made a big stumble with Ricky Starks, whatever you want to call him, beat him with a DDT. That was stupid.
100%.
But the Oba got his redemption, but it didn't matter. But yeah, everybody, I think NXT has to, like, their women's champions have to be more solidified as title holders, like longevity, longer, 7 months, 8 months, 9 months, a year maybe, just to secure the spot for when they go into the main roster. Whoever held that title for the longest time goes to the main roster, saying like, look at Asuka. If Asuka went to AEW, not Asuka, if Asuka was in NXT, right, and Asuka won the NXT title and never had her undefeated streak, Asuka would be traded. We know Asuka, she's a tag team, whatever, like she's there. But her backstory makes her a legend. Julia, I bring her back. If she had that same run in NXT as a Longs champion and brought it to the main roster, she had longevity and she would be more respected, and her legendary status would be still there. That's what they're missing with the women in the NXT, bringing them up. Last Legend, I like the girl. She's a kick-ass star. She ain't gonna be. She's just gonna be another person holding another girl back from a street fight. You know what I mean? That's what she's gonna be ending up. She won't be a solidified name. You're bringing up these chicks, Jordan Grace. If it wasn't for TNA, Jordan Grace is a nobody. You know what I mean? That's the thing.
Yeah.
So they gotta start building these women and men to legitimacy on NXT to bring them up to the main roster. Obafemi, Trick Williams, who else came up as a guy? There was another one.
Carmelo just now. I mean, he had a pretty good title reign, so he was well established there.
Trick and Oba, they had both 2 good title reigns. They have to. They gotta do something with them. That's all I gotta say about that. But let's go, guys. Thank you. That's it. So there we go, ladies and gentlemen. That was Big Mike from the Running Wrestling Podcast. And Mike, again, I'm gonna invite you again. Don't hang up now. I want to see you backstage, but I'm gonna put you backstage. Any final words for the audience here? And thank you for the house. Let me tell you.
Yeah, man, no problem. I appreciate you inviting me on. I've had a lot of my friends on this show. We talked about earlier the Wrestling Divas, Michael from Kicking At It too. We talked, we're going to have some more friends coming on. Spedrock, who actually just jumped in the chat, Spedrock 4 down there.
Sir,
we're going to get with him to make sure he's on the show at some time to promote everything he's doing, because he's a huge part of everything that we do. Obviously being my partner on the Run-In, and then so many other shows. And just thank you to you for inviting me on and giving me this time to kind of share my love for wrestling and everybody else being in the audience. And just thank you to everybody who's helped me get to this point. Obviously, that's the main thing. Is I'm always going to be grateful for the people in my life and everything to push me to do everything that I'm doing. Because there is no show, there is no Big Mike without everybody that helps me out. So that's Absolutely. The main thing I want to say is thank you to you and everybody else in the comments who are friends or family and everything like that to me. So thank you.
There's one thing I want to say to you especially, and to everybody in the crowd. When we are a community where we all are about the IWC, we all in this, like we all have. There's some freaks and there's some no freaks. But when you meet people like genuine people like Big Mike, right? Keep them close. Be friends. Support everybody. I might not be the type to retweet every single thing because My phone is never with me. I really have my phone. I just promote what I got to promote and buy Nancy. Them kids take my time. But, when you want to support somebody and something like Bigmike, what he's doing with his podcast, entertaining as hell with his co-hosts and everything, support and be there. Mike, if you ever have a question for anything from what I could maybe help you with, I could, shoot you I've helped other podcasters with their entrance music and their, anything. I'm willing to share what I've got to everybody else, because that's what matters. We're a community as one. When you go to a wrestling arena, I've always said this in every single podcast. You go to a wrestling arena, you sit down on your seat. You bought that seat. You look to your left, you look to your right. Those are the same people they're watching wrestling. They're wrestling fans, just like you. All right, Mike, I'm gonna put you backstage. I'm gonna do my final yada yadas, and that's it. Thank you very much, sir. Oh, I like that. And there you go, guys. That was Big Mike, Big Sexy Mike from the Run-In Wrestling Podcast. Catch them. I'm gonna put all their links in this video description below once this is released. Again, this episode will be on Spotify for your commute and audio version. Spotify, Apple Music, all that podcast stuff. You will see this live. But of course, I will have to promote next Sunday at 4 p.m. Eastern Time. I got this. That's it. So, guys, thank you very much. This was After the Slam, episode 26 with Big Mike and from the Run-In Wrestling Podcast. We'll see you next week on episode 27. And with my last quote, if you think somebody is against you, they're just jealous. You're doing something right. Remember that from yours truly, Audacious Albert. Peace.
The man has come around!
Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first the host, straight from After the Slam Podcast, Audacious Albert.
After the slam!